Hey, it's Tuesday at 2 here at Circle B Diecast in Concord, North Carolina. So glad you joined us. Steve Post from the Motor Racing Network here and talking NASCAR racing. Talking whatever kind of racing you want, really. But after this weekend in Kansas, man, we got a lot to talk about with NASCAR racing. So what a great event out there at NASCAR racing. I just think that I think that race on Sunday afternoon was wild. I mean, it was great racing all day long. We had guys that went to the back and came to the front and went from the front to the back. We had a little tire strategy. We had all kinds of pit stops. We had pit mistakes, a little bit of everything. And then it came down to a last lap bump and run, and even fisticuffs by a couple other drivers on pit road. So it was good. It was really good. I'd be curious what you thought of the race at Kansas as well. So type it in there in the comment section and type that in there in the comment box. And would love to see what your thoughts are about the race on Sunday afternoon at Kansas Speedway. What a wild one. Like I said, it had everything to it. And it was really good. And so, and speaking of good, the Race Winning Diecast. Denny Hamlin Race Winning Diecast is available right now at circlebdiecast.com. That's circlebdiecast.com. So the Denny Hamlin Race Winner is available right now at Plan B Sales. So you can jump on there and get that one ordered up. Your credit card or debit card will not be charged until it ships, which at this point will be after the first of the year, and we'll get you that Denny Hamlin car. I think the couple of things that I think, and again, I'd be curious your thoughts on this race, and you can type them in there and offer it up. My thoughts are, first and foremost, we've watched Denny Hamlin have a fast race car all year long, and that team, for one of a number of reasons, have shot themselves in the foot. And they were able to execute. They had one little misstep on pit road, but beyond that, they executed well. Put Denny in the proper spot with a faster car on the long run, in a long run at the end of the race, and they were money and scored the win. So Denny Hamlin, his crew chief, Chris Gabehart, kudos. Executing a race is so important these days, and they executed that one very well. Another thing that kind of stands out to me is how fast was Kyle Larson's race car, particularly on the short runs. My gosh, what a fast race car. When he went to the back, it was seemingly no time, and right back to the front he came. So Kyle Larson, a very fast race car, and really enjoyed watching him race his way back through the pack. Good short run car, good long run car for the Toyotas, and they met in the middle on the last lap off turn number 2, and Denny Hamlin got the upper hand and grabbed the win. So really neat. One other note, and and we're going to talk a little nostalgia here today on our Circle B Diecast Talk. One other note, we really keep a keen eye on some of our guys, guys that have been here multiple times and that we've hung out with here. And if you follow along with this channel, if you're new here, welcome aboard. One of our guys has been Bubba Wallace. Bubba comes over here occasionally, signs some autographs. Him and the Postman like a cold frosty beverage when they get done signing. They sit here, solve all the world's problem. Everyone leaves, and they just kind of hang out. So Bubba Wallace is one of our guys, and that 4th place finish is what the doctor ordered for Bubba, getting that confidence back. We saw a little earlier this year, a little lack of confidence, a little frustration from Bubba. He came out of the care center at one of those races. Right now, he is back and on his A game, and a confident Bubba Wallace is a race-winning driver, a 2-time winner on the Cup Series, and you get his confidence back. I got some fast Toyotas over there, so I'm curious to see what Bubba Wallace does as we go forward as well. So that is awesome as well, and great stuff. But really fun race at Kansas. Really enjoyed it. Just all kinds of good stuff, and just wonderful. So again, the Denny Hamlin Race Winning Diecast is available at www.circlebdiecast.com. That's circlebdiecast.com. Kind of a housekeeping item here. We've been a little all over the map on where we've been at with this Tuesday at 2 thing, okay? We're so glad you've joined us here on YouTube. We've been off YouTube. We're back on YouTube this week. So we're glad you've joined us here on the YouTube channel. Those of you on YouTube, thanks so much for checking it out. We do appreciate it. We're working on getting it built back up. At one time, we were on all the platforms. Now we're just sitting here. We're back to Facebook Live, and so now we're building it back up. And speaking of YouTube, okay, we've got like 8 zillion trillion videos on there, okay? And you can go to the YouTube channel, Plan B Sales is what it is on YouTube. Okay? And we've all been doing this for some time. And Kyle, our main man here, is kind of rolling through, and he says, do you know when you did the first YouTube video? And I said, gosh, I don't know when I did the first YouTube video. I don't know when that was. He said, well, it was January 17th, 10 years ago. I'm like, holy cow, 10 years ago, we've been doing this Tuesday at 2 videos over on YouTube. We started off with some of them, and you go way back on this one, it's me sitting in a chair talking about diecast. It was an actual diecast review show, and I think the first car we had, this is how far back it goes, okay? The first diecast review we did was Austin Dillon's first nationwide series win at the time, 10 years ago. But we have been on quite a journey with this. And we're going to kind of jump back over to YouTube a little bit more with some of our stuff. But we may also go back into the Wayback Machine and repoint to some things. I'm looking through this YouTube channel, okay? We had some great conversations with some great racers. Buddy Baker. I don't know if you were around in those days. When Buddy Baker came over here, the world stopped. And we went with Story Hour when Buddy Baker got here. Some of the best Buddy Baker stories are right now on the Plan B sales page. Buddy Baker, a lot of stories with him. Back in the day, David Reagan. I mean, we did a whole Where's Waldo show with David Reagan. He has been here multiple times. When David was an active driver, we actually ran his store, davidreaganstore.com. So we had David Reagan here a lot of times. We have had Kyle Larson here in studio with us multiple times. Ricky Sten, okay, now you want to talk a little trivia? 9 years ago, a young Ricky Stenhouse Jr. walked through the door here, and from what we can count and what we can figure, the guy that has been on the Diecast Review Show, the Circle B Diecast Show, the most times is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has been on with us 7 times. So Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Marcus Ambrose was here. Back, remember Marcus Ambrose was racing? He was here with us as well, and just so much more. We've gone through the Kyle Larson time where Kyle was here with us signing autographs. We did Q&A sessions with Kyle Larson back as long ago as 9 years ago when that youthful child, Kyle Larson, came in. Kyle Larson involved with Circle B Diecast and Plan B Sales. Kyle Larson, one of our first sprint car diecasts, Kyle Larson was on the car, or we were on Kyle Larson's car, his sprint car. We probably still have some of those around. If not, you can go to a collector shop and get Kyle Larson's Plan B Sales diecast show. Ryan Reed, NASCAR Xfinity Series driver, and I'm just scrolling through here now looking at some of this. It's kind of like a trip down memory lane. David Reagan some more, Ricky some more Buddy Baker. We had Buddy here multiple times, and we go back those are 9 years ago we had some of those shows, and we would have just guys pop in, and you know what? We're not done with that. We're going to have some more of those shows where people pop in and continue to work on it. Let's see, that one, what was that one I just rolled by? Okay, yeah, okay. Brian Day iRacing. Okay, there's one there. Okay.
That day, remember that day?
Marvin Pinch, the late Marvin Pinch. Okay, we're here doing shows. Gosh, I'm looking at that. That's 8 years ago. We're here doing shows, and we had Marvin Pinch here signing some of the old school University of Racing diecast cars. Okay, Marvin Pinch, and in the front door comes Jamie McMurray. We had in our lobby 2 Daytona 500 champions standing there talking with Jamie McMurray and Marvin Pinch. What a great day that was. Man, that's 8 years ago now, and it's just like it was just like it was yesterday, listening to Jamie and Marvin compare the Daytona 500 wins. But we went through a lot of different drivers here, lots and lots of drivers. As you scroll through, as we scroll through, the one common one is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's been our most regular driver. We sponsored Ricky. I remember we did when Denny Hamlin. Whoa, stop right there. Don't move right there. I got to finish this thought. Holy cow. I'm going to have to resend that one on my Wing Nation stuff. Okay. We had Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Denny Hamlin did those charity races. Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s car was the Plan B sales car. Okay, I'll tell you a little behind-the-scenes story on this one. We're sitting up there on pit road at Richmond. Ricky is sitting there, and at the time, he was dating a young lady by the name of Danica Patrick. Maybe you had heard of her. Okay? We occasionally used to get this question on our chat. Why is your company named after the birth control pill? Okay? Danica walks out. She sees Plan B sales on the car, and she says, Ricky, why is this the birth control pill on your car? And Ricky said, no. Ricky said, Plan B sales was long before Plan B, whatever that is. And we were the first ones here, but we had, that's what our name is, Plan B sales. We're a diecast store. And we've sold a lot of Danica Patrick diecast for her over the course of time as well. So she knows exactly what Plan B sales was. Okay, now this one, 8 years ago, I'd forgotten about this one. The King of the Outlaws, Steve Kinzer, rolled in here, signed a bunch of diecast. That stuff, I'm sure, is long gone. You can't get Steve Kinzer diecast to save your keister. That is, we had Steve Kinzer here, and we talked sprint car racing. Man, oh man, you know me. I love my sprint car racing. I'm going to have to resend that one back out on my own channels. That's really, really cool. You just roll through, and it's been really, really neat. There's Jamie McMurray. He was here. He might have been here a couple of times. And just fun stuff as you look through all of the shows that we've had. There's a Kyle Larson show, another one. He was here 7 years ago. I think that one was one where he was here all by himself, just answering questions. Another Ricky show. I mean, just phenomenal what we've done here over the course of time. And I guess as we talk about this and as we look at this, here's the reality of it. And I'm just like, for 10 years, we've been talking racing and diecast cars. And man, I'm telling you what, it's been just a great time. And we're going to continue on with this. We're going to, oh boy, there we go, 2018. It was about 900 trillion degrees. And in the door comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. to sign some diecast. Okay? Now, everybody is dying here. We tried to buy some dry ice. We tried to get fans because Junior's coming. Well, none of it worked. No, I mean, one fan might have worked. Nothing else worked. Everybody here is like profusely sweating. Everyone's like, you all right? The only person not sweating and not bothered by it was Dale Earnhardt Jr. And he's just like, no, let's just keep going. Let's just keep signing. And he's signing away. We did a Q&A session with Dale Earnhardt Jr. That was back on June of 2018. And what a fun time that was. Man, I'll tell you what, that was a great time. But it's like, it's just when you think about this over the course of time, you think about the folks we've had here. And I want to spin this just a little bit further. The cars that Brent has sponsored. Holy cow. When you think about the number of race cars that Plan B Sales and now Circle B Diecast has sponsored. And here's the big old message that I have here for it, as we kind of, just kind of look through some of these victory lane things and just some cool stuff there. Ryan Blaney, Brett Moffitt, Michael Waltrip here. We're looking through this. We've had a great, great ride, and we're going to continue having a great, great ride, okay? Here is the bottom line of this one, okay? When you buy a diecast car from Circle B Diecast, and we have all of the diecast stuff and some exclusive autographed items. When you buy a Circle B diecast car, some of that money is going to go back to a race team because Brent can't help himself. He's got to sponsor race cars. He's got to have his name on race cars, and that helps the cars go around. So the bottom line of it is we are just in this building race fans. We love the racing and we love what we do. And that trip down memory lane on YouTube was really cool. And I'm going to have to get working on adding more content. That's what the cool kids call it these days. Content to our YouTube page. So there you have it. How about that? A little trip down memory lane, a little Kansas review. Oh, by the way, coming up this weekend, Darlington. Throwback paint schemes. All right. We've got a special show next week, potentially. We're working on having a special guest. But I also, for next week's show, want to get your pick for your favorite paint scheme as well. So we will do some of that as well and kind of get your favorite paint schemes that we saw over the weekend at Darlington. So we got a lot going on here and a lot of really, really good stuff. A trip down memory lane is not the end of the trip and the memory. We need to keep doing more of this. We need to keep doing more of this. I'm with you, John. Looking forward to seeing more in-house guests. We need to do more in-house guests here. More in-house guests. And a lot of it, in complete honesty, a lot of it is just the crazy schedule that I carry makes it really, really tricky that if they can't get here Tuesday at 2, there's a lot of times it doesn't work out. But the reality of it is we need to get them here Tuesday at 2 or wherever we can do it. So yeah, we're going to continue on with it here. As long as you keep buying diecast from Circle B Diecast, we're going to continue to have a good time and produce all of this wonderful, wonderful content. I love it. So fun stuff for sure. So Plan B sales over on our YouTube channel. You can go back through. I encourage you to listen to those Buddy Baker stories again. Just don't be driving. Don't be doing anything. Don't have any beverage in your mouth for some of those stories because you'll spew it all over your phone or all over your computer screen. Buddy Baker, one of the best. Some of his stories are just fantastic, and we have them right there on our Plan B sales page. So that is what we have for you this week here. Plan B sales, CircleBDiecast.com. Remember, the Denny Hamlin race winner from up at Kansas is available today. Today just dropped a pre-order on Kyle Larson's Elite autographed throwback paint scheme. No autograph. I'm sorry. I thought I saw autographed on it. His paint scheme. We have the Kyle Larson, the car from this weekend. I messed up on that. I thought I read. Believe it or not, I read a lot of things wrong, and I say a lot of things wrong as well. So yeah, that just dropped today. So Kyle Larson fans, you might be licking your wounds from turn number 2 on that final lap. No better way to lick those wounds than to brush it off by getting on pre-order that Darlington throwback car for Kyle Larson. That was just dropped today. And if you're not on our email list, you need to be on our email list because this stuff is coming at you hot and heavy, and we don't want to have you miss anything. That is for sure. And yes, speaking of not missing anything, AJ, my main man, Grant Enfinger, Kansas truck win is available as well. What a win for Grant Enfinger. Man, what a win for him. That was great. Hadn't won since Lucas Oil Raceway Park back last year. So good win for Grant Enfinger. You can get your Grant Enfinger diecast as well. That's one of those that you want to make sure you pre-order it. That's one of, well, I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. You might want to pre-order Denny Hamlin's ones too. Okay, some of these race-winning diecasts are slam dunks. Okay, I'll go to the other extreme. Chase Elliott wins a race or sneezes on a car and it sells out. Okay? Denny Hamlin, we've had some race winners where it hasn't sold out enough to get them a minimum order. Okay? And now it's been a while, so we assume Hamlin Nation is going to be in there buying. If you want a Denny Hamlin car, you need to get it. And certainly the case with Grant Enfinger. We got to have minimum order quantities. You got to get it. So if you want that Grant Enfinger truck, get it pre-ordered. Again, your credit card, your debit card will not be charged until it ships, which that'll be after the first of the year. So get those. There you go. And on all orders, $30 or more, use the promo code Postman68. Postman68, and we'll discount the shipping on you on those orders over $30. Loved it. Loved our little trip down memory lane, and loved our conversation here today. So thanks for joining us on Facebook, on YouTube, on all of the streaming channels. And we'll be back next Tuesday at 2, as we recap Darlington. And yes, I never thought I would say this again. Look forward to North Wilkesboro. How about that next week right here on our Tuesday at 2 show? Thanks for joining us from Circle B Diecast here in Concord, North Carolina.